Did you know that fat leaves your body through urine, sweat, tears, and other bodily fluids? Essentially, you could be farting your way to skinniness. Hello, my name is Mia, and today I want to talk about something that I'm personally going through and I'm so passionate about because I am all about the flat stomach look. Because I don't remember the last time I've been confident in a crop top. I've always been very conscious of my stomach because I am not one of those girls who were born with tiny little waist and a flat stomach. I, for some reason, like to store excess fat in that area. Would also like to point out, I do live in a country where walking isn't our first form of transportation. Driving is. So my job requires me to be sitting at a desk in front of a computer for long periods of time, and therefore I'm sitting down almost all day. And then when I get up to go have dinner, I hop into a car and drive myself to the restaurant, get out of the car, get into the restaurant. I sit down for dinner, and then I get up and then go back into a car and then drive home. So there's literally zero chance of me walking the dinner off. Quite often, that's kind of where I would accumulate fat in the first place. Now, I also want to mention that about 6 or 7 years ago, I did a fat freezing procedure where they used a machine to suck the fat, freeze it, and then used a gun to basically break down the fat so your body can better dissolve them or expel them. It was like the weirdest feeling because I felt the dead fat just in my body and my body was ready to get rid of it. I also remember that during that period of time, I went to the bathroom a lot. So that is how I learned that our body expels fat through just going to the bathroom, farting. Yeah, it's bizarre. Our body is amazing. So I wanted to share with you guys my tips on how to achieve more of a flatter stomach. There are a difference between feeling bloated and just having excess fat on a stomach. I would like to first address the bloating because we need to first deflate that stomach before we can talk about, exercises and things like that to firm up the belly and removing the excess fat. Bloating can be caused from either having a huge meal, your stomach is working overtime, it's producing excess gas, it's probably reacting to something that you've eaten, but also it could be just you ate way too much. I have to admit I'm kind of a foodie. I do love my food and sometimes I can overeat because I just love it so much and I think I could always eat more. So like my eyes are bigger than my stomach and then I realize I've eaten way too much and I feel like a balloon. So that often happens and a lot of time I would opt for a yogurt afterwards to aid in digestion. But if you're Asian and you're like me, a high percentage is that you are lactose intolerant and you're making it worse by having yogurt. So sometimes I don't have yogurt. I would opt for probiotic supplements because these are the good bacteria that you need for your gut health, but also to help your stomach digest the food better. It's quite difficult because sometimes I react to yogurt and sometimes I don't. So it really depends on how your body works. So only you would understand that. So you can kind of do a bit of a trial and error and see what works for you and what doesn't. There are also a ton of probiotic supplements out there, just making sure that you take one that's the purest and that works for your body as well. Now, if you want to go for more of a natural route, I would opt for ginger. So ginger is actually super good for aiding in digestion and also help to protect the stomach. Add ginger, lemon with some tea or just water. That would also help make you feel better after a big meal, especially if your stomach is actually upset and it produces excess gas. Having that will just soothe and you wouldn't feel as painful. Peppermint is also great as well. That is why you often get peppermint as a after dinner mint because not only does it give you good breath, but it also helps with digestion. I've also been told recently that having fruit after dinner is not ideal because it is excess sugar that your body doesn't need to consume, especially late at night and especially after a big meal. So if you were to have fruit after a meal, I would strongly suggest kiwi fruits because they contain a natural enzyme that helps to digest and break down the foods for you. Now, there are 3 pressure points that I like to do when I'm feeling bloated and it almost immediately gives me some sort of relief. The first one is right underneath your belly button, just so you measure 3 fingers and you want to press down firmly and you want to massage that for as long as you can. When you're feeling bloated, it is actually quite painful, but you still need to continue on and you need to keep going until you feel better. There are also 2 other pressure points on either side of the belly button. It's also 3 finger length. So the pressure point will be where your pinky is. You also want to press that down quite firmly, and you want to massage for as long as you can. Do it in circular motion if you like, but you'll also feel painful. But once you do it for long enough, you can feel that your body's releasing the gas, but also calms down. Now, last but not least, I like to do this with maybe a little bit of oil or a body lotion, where you just want to warm up your knuckles, and then you want to sort of like in a circular motion move from the center out. You want to do that for as long as you can. In fact, I do this to help break down any fat accumulated in the stomach region so that my body can better expel those fats. So great for like after a gym session too. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoy these tips. If you have any questions, leave your comments down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.